take two. Kugan Cassius, IFL TV, MTK Global. We're in Newcastle here. Lewis Ritson returning back to Newcastle, from Newcastle, to fight for the European title. Dave Allen will feature on that bill in a fight yet to be confirmed.
Yeah.
But Eddie says it's going to be a semi or big fight. You want a semi or a big?
Well, it's funny you say that, because the opponent, I think, his name is a very funny name.
Have you got an opponent?
I think so. We think so. It's either his name, yeah. He's got a funny name anyway. But his record's good. But I don't think he's a good fighter. To be fair, he's not bad. But you know what I mean. I'm not allowed to say what it is. So if I said it was Gash, I'd be in the wrong. Do you know what I mean? So I wouldn't say it was him. But it could be one of a few names.
All right. Can you confirm it's just not Shannon Briggs?
It's not Shannon Briggs. I hope he don't turn up today. It's not Shannon Briggs. No.
Did you get any response?
Yeah, he put a picture of him petting a rhino or something. But for me, I never thought Shannon Briggs knowing who I am is very nice for me. So
I was with Shannon Briggs in Miami that day you tweeted, but I didn't know that you tweeted to talk to him about it. So
no, I didn't say anything horrible because I like Shannon Briggs. Like, he's old enough to be my dad. I've got to be respectful. But he's a former world heavyweight champion. You know, if I'd have fought him 20 years, he would have killed me, wouldn't he? But it's 2018. Now I've got a chance. But it won't be in Newcastle. The opponent in Newcastle is not anyone spectacular. No one that anyone's heard of. But it's a good opponent. But when I'm just like British level, so. You know, anyone that's half decent, you know, it's going to be a good fight. Well, not a good fight, but it'll be a competitive match. So. Okay.
Is it a case of you don't want to say who it is or could be, or you can't pronounce his name?
It's a foreigner.
Can you pronounce?
He's got Gash. He's got Gash in his name. That's all I know. His second name is like Gash with an I on the end. So that's all I know really.
Have you checked him out though?
Yeah, I've had a look at him. Eddie sent me a few names. I'm going to pick out of the few. I picked Gash. Purely, basically.
You know what that means down south, don't you?
It's a vagina, isn't it?
Allegedly.
So it's the same up north, so I want to get me on in him and stuff. I'm just thinking all like the good headlines that could be made.
Did he give you a choice of fighters then?
No, he just sent me some foreigners, like, and I thought, oh, he's a bit good. He's a bit good, he's a bit dangerous. This Gash is like, I'm not even meant to say anything, I don't think.
Well, listen, if you have, you have.
He's 116, knocked all of them out, and then got disqualified against the German Tom Schwartz, who's not bad. He was giving him a decent fight. He's not bad. I'd like someone easy. I wanted someone easy. I thought I'd get a few easy jobs, but obviously, if you box on the telly, you got to box someone good. And you know what I mean? I'm going to start training proper on Monday. 5-week camp. That's all I need. I'm ready. I'll fight anybody if the money's right. If my Sergei Kuzmin, and we're a bit short on the money, I thought, so that didn't happen. But I said to her, I want to win things. I want the British and the Commonwealth title, minimum. So let's see what's what with Gashi first. If it is him, if it is indeed him, it may not be.
You might just be completely making that name up.
He's massive. Apparently he's massive on social media in Germany. Like, he's quite a big name and like, he wants a fortune. I'm not even sure what this I'm allowed to say or not to say, but
you've said it now anyway, so people will be just googling Gash and probably getting something else.
Gashi. I hope it's him, but he got disqualified headbutting last time, so I don't know. I'm just enjoying life since I'm not Nick Webber out. Things have been good, so I like Newcastle. I'm excited about this, and then hopefully Shannon Briggs at the end of the year, or for the British title, will become vacant. I like me and Price at the end of the year for the British title personally. I think that's a really good fight. You know, Shannon Briggs. If that happens, that'd be a bit of a freak show.
Is that on your kind of?
I want David Price for the British title.
Right. Okay.
So I respect David Price, and I think if I win the British title, I want to win it against someone proper. You know what I mean? No disrespect to anyone. I'm not even. I'm about to say some names, then, but I'm not going to say them. But
would that be of interest, like for the British title, though, to David Price, considering that?
Yeah, because madly enough, when I first called his name out with you that time,
about 5 years ago,
Jason Gavin. When I watched Jason Gavin.
To be fair, when did you call Price out? Was it before
2017 March?
17. That was
2016 March.
So when I first called him out,
no one. Yeah, well, yeah, I used to call everybody out. I called him out in 2014. I don't know.
You called Joshua out at one point.
Yeah, fuck it. Anyway, fuck them all. No, I've called everybody out at some point, but it never comes from a bad place, because if I'm calling someone out, it's only because I want to better myself and they're better than me and I want to do better. So, and I'm probably still at that juncture with David Price now. He's still a bigger name than me, and he's still a very good fighter. And if I beat him for the British title, I'll be proud and happy, and I think it's a big fight. And after this next fight, hopefully I'll win. You know, it's an opponent I should win if I'm on the game. And David Price for the British, or Shannon Briggs in a freak show in America or something like that, I'm happy to do that. Either or both.
I'd like to see you fight in America. Actually, I think
I think I'd be good over there.
Yeah, I think they'd warm to you over there.
Yeah.
You've not really fought. You've not fought outside, apart from the Yoka fight. That was your.
That's the only time I've been outside of England.
Yeah.
Nearly in my life.
But you've travelled outside in your life, haven't you? Outside of England.
Yeah, well, only through boxing. I've only been abroad through boxing. So boxing's been very good to me. If he wants to take me to America, I'll go. I'll go. I don't like flying, but for fighting, I'll go. If it's a New York show, because it's not that far to New York.
No. 7 hours, 6.5, 7 hours.
So, but
I'm sure if it was offered to you, you'd jump at it.
I'll take any fight. Like this fight, really. Newcastle's probably a bit soon, because you know what I mean. I'm a bit heavy at the minute. I've been enjoying myself.
Well, you've got the best part of 6 weeks.
Yeah, you know, I start on Monday properly. I'm moving house today. I'm here. I should be moving house today. I mean, it's a really stressful week. The last week was a really stressful week in my life. Moving house, all sorts of stuff going on. So, just a really excitable man at the moment.
So, plan for you this year? You want Briggs and Price,
Well, I want
or
to
Briggs
win
or
this fight
Price?
in Newcastle. Then at the end of the year, I want to get on one of them pay-per-view shows that Eddie does. And I want to fight either Price.
You've already been on about 9 pay-per-view
Yeah,
shows.
Well, let's make it 10 then. And I want either Price. I want the British title by the end, or the Commonwealth at the end of the year. I think Joe Joyce will vacate. I think Hugh Fury will vacate. I would like to fight for one of them titles. Price and Briggs are really big names, and they'll be big fights for me personally. Because you got to remember, I'm just a massive boxing fan. When Shannon Briggs treated me back, yeah, I've rung a few of my mates. I'm like, you know what I mean? I still do that. So fighting Briggs or Price would be really big for me, and I think at this juncture, I think the winnable fights as well. Because Shannon Briggs is 72. And David Price, I think he's still really dangerous. I think he's more dangerous than everyone else has given credit for, but I think it's winnable at this point.
I think Shannon Briggs is actually 46.
Same thing, innit? When you pass 44, you're gone. Ortiz was like 70 and he beat me up, so it's not a definite. But yeah, you know, I want to get this fight out of the way, and I want some big fights. You know? I said to it like winnable fights, but I think Briggs, Price.
Who else?
Got to be careful saying names because they might turn around and go, you know what, I'll fight him. But there's 2 there, and also the likes of Ustinov was a fight I liked. That's the fight I wanted for Newcastle.
Big lump.
I wanted Ustinov, Marius Vac, and a few other names I thought, but Eddie Dean then probably a bit too dangerous, I think. So we're going for Gash instead.
Okay, I'm hoping when Hearn. Oh, look, right on cue.
That's good timing, that, isn't it?
Stand up a sec. We're not standing up for Hearn. We're just standing up because it's thingy.
Mate? Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
Ed, his opponent, he's been talking about his potential opponent for this card, and he's just referred to him as Gash.
Unbelievably, his name is Gashy.
Oh, he's right. He's right.
Yeah. So, this guy called Senad Gash is 16-1, 17-1.
16-1.
I haven't closed the deal yet, by the way. But
potentially.
Yeah. He's quite lively. He was like, "Do you want me to start calling this guy out on Instagram? Talking about you?" So, I'm sure the Rhino is going to come up with all kinds of superlatives and headlines.
We've already been doing that.
Yeah, I'm sure he has, because we were doing it on Instagram earlier. So, no, looking forward to it.
2 fights he's kind of outlined. Hopefully, obviously, he comes through October 13th on this card. But David Price, Shannon Briggs, he's mentioning. How realistic?
Well, these are people that are calling him out now. So, I mean, for Shannon Briggs to start calling him out, you know you're doing something right, because all Shannon Briggs wants to do is talk about fights. I mean, when was the last time he even boxed? In London, about 3 years ago. But people like Shannon Briggs want like $1 million for a fight, and there's just.
I'd fight him for half of that. So, you know.
Dave, by the way, Dave all of a sudden is like, you know, he's in a position where he actually knows what he's doing now.
I'm a homeowner now as well.
Exactly. So. We talked the other day about, we talked about the Sergey Kuzman fight, because Kuzman's fighting on the Joshua card with World of Boxing. And it was like, you could make a load of money for that fight. But the old Dave Allen would have gone, stick me in. I mean, for the money, remember the money that you took to fight Dillian Whyte and Luis Ortiz, because you had absolutely nowhere to go. Now, you don't need to take those fights because actually, and our conversation the other night was, let's make a run at it. Let's actually try and see where we can go here. So let's try and pick up a belt, perhaps on October the 13th, have a great training camp, 7 weeks, and then try and fight for a British title or a Commonwealth title. Because he's got the fan base, he's got the popularity, he's just got to let his hands go a little bit more in the fights, which I was talking to him the other night about, because he can punch, and actually, technically, he's very solid. But I just think that over the years, he just got into a stage where it was like, oh, I turn up, yeah, here we go again, without... And now, he can actually go into a fight, especially against Gashi, and let your hands go on the Gashi.
On the Gash.
What about David Price? You just keep mentioning.
Good fight, good fight. That's a big fight now. That's a big fight now. You know, Price has got to win against Sean Turner. That's no guarantee, because Turner will have a go and he will let his hands go. David should win that fight. But the heavyweight division's great. I'd like to see Dave fight Price for the vacant British title.
Oh, that's what he was saying.
Alright.
So, is it mission complete if you win a British title?
No, I don't think so, because I said to Eddie the other day, I said, look, if I start training properly, seriously, I think I can do good things. And when I win the British and Commonwealth, obviously when I do that and like I do a few other things, then I'll start to have the fun fights, and do you know what I mean? Like, then I'll change the button.
Gambling then. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Maybe go abroad.
I want to box the next 20 years of my life. I want to go to America and fight in America, because obviously there's no other way.
But you've got to take it seriously. You've got to take it seriously, because the last fight was almost, the web fight was almost like, not a blessing.
In between every round, I just kept looking at it and I kept going, just wait.
You do that all the time, so we don't know whether you actually know what you're doing or not. Like, I was looking at you going, what the fuck are you doing? And he was like,
I could hear your dad in that, and I'm like, it's fine.
My old man's like, do something, let your hands go, throw a punch.
Because he says this is kind of all part of the plan, but you don't seem convinced.
Harrison said that when he knocked out Michael Sprott with 10 seconds to go in the last round, you know? Who knows with the White Rhino? It might all be a plan. Or he might just be bluffing, and he got lucky with an overhand right hand.
The Webb fight was planned. In round 6 of the Ortiz fight, I went to Mick, I went, he's going here, trust me. I said, he's going. But the Nick Webb fight, I actually meant it.
The only thing that went in that fight was your tongue.
I was in a bad way after that fight. I couldn't do it.
He came out, and he said, no, I remember coming in the change room that night, you went, can you get me a win? Just cut right down the middle. And I looked at it, I thought, fucking hell, we owe you a win. You know. But it's amazing how it's turned around. But I said to Dave the other night on the phone, Dave, the key now is get your house, pay your mortgage, get another house, pay that mortgage, get another house, pay that mortgage, so you can walk away from the game with something. But he's so away with the fairies, he's like, oh, well, how'd you do? Like, he's lucky he's got his sister. Sounds like she's taking care of it all. But our responsibility now is to make sure that for all the fun and games, for the popularity, for the bums on seats, for the people enjoying watching him fight, that he gets rewarded for that and he actually has something. Because he could walk out of the game, I mean, he could have walked out of the game after the Nick Webb fight. So when he does walk out of the game, even if he's got one house paid for, and I know fans find this a bit boring when we talk about money and stuff like that, but listen, mate, this ain't a popularity contest. This is a tough, hard, horrible sport. But if you're going to be in and you're going to walk out in front of loads of people on the beers, having a great time, watching you have a punch up, you better get paid for it. So that's the plan. But at the same time, we want to try and carve out, like he could fight Dubois, those guys, he'd make 6 figures easy for those fights. But we want, if those fights come around, we want that to be, a couple of £100,000 for Dave Allen in a sold out O2 or sold out Sheffield Arena. And then he could walk away from the sport, if he lost that, if he won it, with actually a big chunk. So
why didn't you invite him fishing yesterday? He would have been good at that.
He had to do some training with old Murrow or whatever his name was.
Is that him around? He'll love that.
He would have been good there yesterday, wouldn't he? He would have liked it.
I can play darts though.
Who won?
We won the event.
But who caught the biggest fish?
Steve, no, it was a cumulative weight.
Oh, right.
And I came third.
Okay.
Don't ask me how. And yeah. So.
One quick thing from yesterday.
You're going to love Newcastle, by the way.
I boxed here twice at about 3:30 in the afternoon.
He fought Jason Gavin here, didn't you?
No, I boxed Larry Alabama and I got a draw with some Bulgarian.
I'm still getting over the Jason Gavin fight. That was at
Remember
Sheffield.
when I drew with that
Oh,
Bulgarian?
Sheffield.
Were you? I think it was James.
Or the French geezer.
No,
At
it was a
Sheffield.
good fight that.
Fuck off.
We were fucking. It was a good fight that. Really good
It
fight.
wasn't.
It
What
was
about
like.
Jason Gavin fight?
It was like
Woo!
Jason Gavin fight. Like I've not really had a good fight yet. The Whyte fight was shit.
Yeah. I just want to see you let your hands go.
Hungarian now in 30 seconds.
You know, if you fight Gash, you know he's quite lively. Have you watched him?
Yeah, no.
No, but he's small. He's about that. He's about 6'1".
Well, we'll see what happens. A few names on table. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's not been confirmed yet. I just want to
No,
point
I'd
out
like to
again.
get him because he's right up for it and he has a terror.
What's his nationality?
Kosovan based
Kosovan German.
Okay.
He boxed
Tom Schwartz.
Tom Schwartz, who's like number 4 in the
He
WBO.
gave him a good go as well, to be fair. Like, I thought I'd get an easier fight, but
Yeah, but once you saw his name, you told me you wanted.
yeah, so I didn't even look at him.
There's another one, you picked it for its name.
Yeah. What was the other one we done?
I don't know, there's been a few.
Vucevic.
Ed, just a quick one on yesterday. When you were talking about potential opponents for Dylan Whyte, people were kind of commenting and saying, how come you're not mentioning Luis Ortiz in that? Is there a reason?
Not really. Well, one, people think that, by the way, to make one thing clear, Luis Ortiz, as Dave will tell you, even though he boxed him, he's not a guy you just like randomly pick, go, oh yeah,
I
him,
wanna pick
right? But when Luis Ortiz was Joshua's mandatory, the WBA sent out the letters and ordered the purse bid, and he went and signed to fight Wilder. So we weren't going to vacate the belt to not fight Luis Ortiz. People think that Josh is
People say that you signed him to avoid that fight with
No,
Joshua.
he was mandatory. You can't avoid him. The WBA called it and they ordered purse bids. He then chose to fight Wilder.
Okay.
Maybe because it was there instantly. I'm not saying he was scared of Joshua, but Luis Ortiz is a good fighter. Dave boxing.
But it's not an option for Dylan Whyte, as you're saying,
It would be if it was 100% final eliminator for Deontay Wilder.
like Brazil is.
I'm not going to... How can you say to Dillian Whyte, fight Luis Ortiz, and then what that does is that makes you the mandatory to the one after the current mandatory in about 3 years' time. It's a waste of
Chisora's
time.
the fight, yeah, that's the
Yeah, I
best
think
fight.
so.
That's the best
I think
fight.
Chisora's earned it, and I think if you
As a
ask the
fan.
British public...
Yeah,
zero
I'd want to
was
see,
it,
personally.
I do
the
think from a
Chisora
hardcore boxing fan perspective, perhaps Whyte Ortiz, I would like to see that as well.
fight. Yeah.
But Chisora Whyte after the first one and after Takan fight. I mean, that was...
Will the winner watch Joshua or Whyte Chisora?
Yeah, I think Chisora AJ's a bit of a hard sell because they're sort of quite pally and I don't know.
That fight should have already been done by now.
Yeah,
so-
it's not. I mean, but listen, if Chisora keeps winning, if he beats Dillian Whyte, I don't know. But you know, I think we'll have to see. Great time for the heavyweight division.
All right, thank you very much, and we'll look forward to Alan and Gash.
Possibly.